The Startup Nagaland initiative has been working tirelessly to support our entrepreneurs, providing incubation, financial assistance and mentorship so that they can compete on national and global scale. The Residence Startup Ranking Framework has been a game changer in India's entrepreneurial journey by fostering a sense of competitive and cooperative federalism. This initiative has driven policy reforms, infrastructure development, and startup-friendly ecosystem across states and union territories. With passion and hard work, success becomes a good follower. It gives us all an opportunity to learn from each other's successes, address global challenges together, and evolve into a more robust and unified startup.
It's a long journey. The journey of Startup India started on 16th January 2016 when we had around 400 odd registered startups, and today we are talking about 1.6 lakh startups. So that's the kind of journey we have done. And more importantly, around 1.5 years back when I joined the department, the number was 80%. So if you see in last 1.5 years, the journey which we took 7 years to complete, we have been able to deliver the same results in 1.5 years. And if you would have been carefully watching what has been announced in the budget, there are two schemes, fund of fund schemes, which is about 10,000 crore, another 10,000 crore has been given for that scheme, and credit guarantee scheme also. The scope has been expanded, the fees has been brought down, which ultimately means that the startups will benefit. But I will be very honest, and I will also request, as shared by my friend here, that we need to be asking questions and we need to ask honest questions, and our feedback should be absolutely based on truth and honesty. My colleague from Punjab is also here, and I have met him in the flight as well as even now in the morning. Yeah, he's there. So I was part of the industry department, and being very, very honest, I had no idea what definition of Startup India, how they have defined startups.
So how effectively we can come with a mechanism to ensure that the startups across India are effectively able, especially the northeastern startups, I would say, because for northeast, access or exposure is limited. Yes, of course, the officers and very well versed, some of the startups have gone outside. But how do we help the ones beyond that? And that may be the case with others also. So a framework of that sort, where the state, along with the DPI, can come up with regarding the framework, based on the interactions we had, Nagaland is a land of hidden gems, I would say. Because two such have come forward now. One is that the GIS Center of Nagaland, which does the 3D mapping of all cities altogether, maybe the one of the first in India, and which has been appreciated by the Prime Minister's office also. And second is one small entity called Premium on Naga Organic, which has been taken up as a consultancy for net fee and for dollar also. produce exchange for Northeast.
Today, India stands number 3 in the global ranking on startups, and this is because of each and every one of you representing your own states and union territories who have been doing whatever you are doing today to put India in the global map. So on behalf of everyone, we thank all the leaders and experts from various states and union territories for the work that you are putting in. It's a very new program. Yes, it's 2016. So comparatively, it's still a very new program. But in spite of that, I think all of us are doing our best to make sure that we take India to where it should be and where it needs to be. With regards to Nagaland, for us, it's even the term entrepreneurship, it's a very, very new term. Most of us in Nagaland, we are first generation entrepreneurs, and maybe a handful second generation entrepreneurs. So the term business and entrepreneurship itself is a new term for us. And I remember in 2013, Nagaland, like many other northeastern states, we also have our own peculiar circumstances. When people are talking business, we don't understand, that language in that situation we were in. And with regards to Nagaland, the government in 2013 wanted to do something a little different because it was important that our people, our young people, start understanding what entrepreneurship is. There was a program called Who Will Rajiv Chandrasekhar Choose? We had to do this mindset change for young people. We wanted to glamorize entrepreneurship. And so this program, which was supported by government of Nagaland, Who Will Rajiv Chandrasekhar Choose? So that was the first program that we did. Most of you may know Rajiv Chandrasekhar, a tech entrepreneur and the former Union Minister of State for Skill Development IT. So he was not in politics then, he was not part of the government then, he was just an entrepreneur. He flew in to Nagaland in his private jet, so that itself got the attention of young people. And we had this boot camp for about 14 emerging entrepreneurs, and the boot camp was for about a week. And at the end, Rajiv had a session with them. As you all know, the word Startup India, startup has been a trend for quite some time now. But the roots of this word go back to 2016, when the Honorable Prime Minister of the country, Shri Narendra Modi ji, launched the Startup India initiative as a clarion call to the innovators, entrepreneurs and thinkers of the country to come in front and transform the nation from a job-seeking to a job-creating country. The initiative is a result of the 19 action points released in the same year, spanning across 3 major pillars, namely simplification and handholding, funding support and incentives, industry academia partnerships and incubation. The country has seen tremendous growth over the last 9 years, as compared to 2016, where only 420 startups had received PIIT recognition certificates across 120 districts, to now where more than 160,000 startups hold these certificates. We also stand proud to have 117 unicorns in the country, up from just 8 in 2016. The Startup India Seed Fund scheme was launched in the year 2019 to promote early stage startups and provide them with the financial support in their early journeys via providing grants as well as convertible debentures. So the corpus of this scheme has been 945 crores, and it is helping startups who are less than 2 years from the date of its incorporation. Right? Then we provide a lot of incubation supports, master classes, other capacity building sessions. We also extend support via the MARC portal, which is the mentorship platform at the Startup India website. The Bharat Startup Brand Challenge was launched on 16th January 2025 to celebrate the decadal year of Startup India. This initiative aims to bridge the gap between industries and startups by inviting startups to address the real-world business problems, to
There, out of the 36 total states and union territories in the country, 34 have participated. So across the 5 editions, 5th edition has had the maximum number of participation. Except for West Bengal and Jharkhand, almost all of the states and UTs have participated in the 5th round exercise. Can we have a big round of applause? Thank you so much for participating and making this going right. And we kind of do not want to become stagnant. So the 5th edition framework right now, our results are hopefully going to be launched in October, and so everyone's welcome to Delhi again. I think last year we had an honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal kind of gave away the awards and
This was a historic step, marking the beginning of structured startup support in our state. Over time, we expanded our incubation network, and today we are proud to have onboarded 5 incubators with us. Unit Incubation Center, Nagaland Tool Room and Training Center, Center School of Business, National School of Electronics and IT, and Nagaland. These incubators have played a pivotal role in creating awareness for entrepreneurship, providing mentorship, supporting early stage startups. And this has actually made the ecosystem more inclusive, more visible, and more accessible. I stand before you today and take immense pride in announcing that Startup Nagaland, despite all the hurdles and it being a relatively new nature, Startup Nagaland has grown into a community of 330 startups and 88 DPIIT recognized startups spread across the state. And some of these startups have created a revenue generation of 58 CR, or more than around 1,000 jobs in the state. This is a remarkable achievement for our state because it reflects the potential, creativity, and resilience of our startups.
So we are very happy today. This morning we are at Vivor in Kohima, Nagaland. We are having the Startup India program here. This is a workshop for state ranking framework. There's a workshop. We have participants from 18 states and union territories. We are happy to have the Startup India team under DPIIT organizing this program. Department of Industries is the co-host and co-organizer. Startup, we have heard from the Honorable Chief Minister also in his recent budget speech. Startup Nagaland, it's picking up. The policy was framed in 2019, and in the past 4 years, government has allocated about 4.5 CR. We have 5 incubation centers under Startup Nagaland, 2 incubation centers. The others also catching up, but the 2 incubation centers have done incredible work. We have about 380 startups registered now, and they have done a business of about 58 crores in just one financial year. So this is the power of Startup India program. We have been doing a lot of entrepreneurship program in the past, but I always say that Startup program, India program is one of the best program because in this program, through the incubation centers, our entrepreneurs have been incubated, hand-holding from A till Z, and we make sure that they understand the compliance and the documentation, the bookkeeping. So I think it's a fantastic program, and especially today, DPIIT and Startup India coming to Nagaland is very, very significant. It also encourages us more than anything. There's going to be a lot of best practice exchanges, and I'm hoping that this will be another really new chapter where our Startup Nagaland will also grow and will be able to compete. We are still in the aspiring leader category, but I'm hoping through many initiatives like this and learnings like this, our Startup Nagaland will improve in its ranking, and through this we'll be able to help our young entrepreneurs, our young startups.
As you have just heard the advices, ma'am, I really want to thank the government of Nagaland and my team and all the 17 states who have traveled all the way. And I hope that this two-day engagement goes a long way in shaping how the 6th framework is made. It's at the draft stage right now, and I would request all states
to give feedback on the structures and on the fifth framework, how they felt that are the good aspects and anything they want to change so that those can be integrated. And I really feel that these 2 days will go a long way in shaping the future of startup India vis-a-vis, these framework is basically a broad outline on how states have to work together, collaborate, and how ultimately the startups individually in the states are benefited. We have a pool of more than 1,60,000 startups, and I really hope that we all work collaboratively and make India not only the third biggest and the third largest ecosystem, but the best ecosystem where every startup feels that yes, I am taken care of. There is funding support, there is mentorship, and there is handholding, and ultimately entrepreneurship and innovation goes a long way in catapulting India into a developed nation.